Hello guys, welcome back, and in this module we are going to learn how to document APIs and to make them ready for use in the market so that they can be easily consumed and easily understandable by anyone who wants to use it. And for this case I'm going to use Scribe. There is OpenSwagger and many other packages to document APIs, but for this particular course I'm going to use Scribe. So without further ado, let us dive in and see how to do this. So to install Scribe is very simple. It's just run composer require dev dash dash dev and knuckle swift slash scribe like this, and then run enter. I've just installed Scribe, so I won't run this again. And then make sure also to publish the assets that are required by Scribe by running php artisan vendor publish dash dash tag scribe dash config. So this will publish a file inside the config file known as Scribe. When I go here, this is the Scribe file here that we have now once I run that. And then now inside this file, there are a couple of things that you need to set just to make your API more, let me say, more user friendly. So number one, we have the title. I've set this title to Laravel API course. The description, I've said a course for developing REST API with Laravel. And then maybe if you have deployed this app, you need to set the base URL here. Then the other thing that you need to do is to go down, well, let me see. You need to go to authentication here and enable the authentication. This means that basically if you have some routes which use authentication, or rather they will be authenticated, then you need to enable this so that when people are testing your APIs, they can be able to test with real data like the bearer token that they have gotten. And then you also need to set your authentication type here. So in my case, I'm using bearer and the name will be authorization. You could use something like consumer secret, something like basic auth, whatever, but in my case, I'm using bearer and authorization, and that is for Laravel Sanctum. And that is all that you need to do. And also maybe the languages that you want to generate your API for. You can also enable that here. By default, or scripts support JavaScript, Python, PHP, and Bash. So you make sure to add those here if you want to generate the APIs for the same. And then all these other things, they're okay. So if you have also a logo, you can enable it here by setting the path of the logo. I won't do that now for this course. And then if I scroll down, and that is it. So once you've done that, make sure you run PHP artisan scribe generate. So this is basically what saves your changes and deploys it on the Scribe package so that it can be live. So if you won't run this, you won't be able to run to see the changes. So I'll just run this now. It will do this, tell me processing and all this. Once it's done now, I can go to localhost where I need to start my server. I don't think my server is running here. PHP artisan serve. So once the server is running, I'll go to this slash docs, my main URL slash docs, and then run. And there we are. Just as simple as that. And then I'll have Scribe set up like this. So this is what you see by default. So Scribe is intelligent enough to try and start generating documentation for your APIs and for your endpoints. So these are the endpoints that I have now, but we are going to modify all this and make it much cleaner. So that is how you set up the APIs. So on this other side, we have the languages that API will be generated for, and some bit of code down here like this. Then on this other end is like a navigation bar, and then the middle part is where now you specify the description for your APIs. So that is how you set up your Scribe documentation